Uh, Halftime report for your afternoon games. What is this? Ohio State 10, Indiana 3. I'm starting to figure out how come it took Ryan Day so long to choose a starting quarterback. Might be because he doesn't have one. Ohio State is struggling uh, bigly against Indiana. They did kick a field goal there at the end of the second quarter. They're up 10-3, but I don't know. And I don't know. Sometimes you get the feeling Ohio State may pull away from this one in the second half. Marvin Harrison got hurt though, so I guess that means Indiana's going to win the game because according to Ohio State, if Marvin Harrison or anybody gets hurt in the game, that means they can't win. So congratulations to Indiana, I guess, on their upcoming win. But 10-3, not impressive by Ohio State. Their defense has played well. Ohio State's defense has played well, and I know it's hard to tell a lot of times in week one. I keep talking about this in these matchups. Is Ohio State's defense really good, or is it just because they're playing Indiana and Indiana's offense is terrible? It's probably a little bit of both. I mean, you don't know a lot about what you're seeing here. You know, watching some of these teams play their first game, in some cases a half of a game or whatever, but not what you're expecting from an Ohio State team to be leading a terrible Indiana team 10-3 at halftime. I mean, Ohio State was a 30-point favorite in that game. Washington and Boise State. Washington started out slow behind the eight ball. They were losing this game for a while in the first quarter. It looks like they might be starting to pull away a little bit now. 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 21-9. Washington's got the ball. We'll see what happens. Auburn is all over. What you call it? And shoot, I'm drawing a blank now. Anyway, well, let's just go through the list. Ole Miss 66-7. And it's in the fourth quarter. Ole Miss putting on an offensive show. Now they're playing Mercer, this FCS team, but still 66-7. Ole Miss looking good. Iowa State's up 30-9. Oregon 64-7 over Portland State in the third quarter. Bo Nix is having a field day. They're pulling people out of the bleachers to play in that Oregon game. Ohio State 10, Indiana 3. And the stats from this game, Kyle McCord gets to start 10 of 16. That's not bad. 94 yards, though, no touchdowns, and an interception. Travion Henderson, 8 carries, 40 yards. Mayan Williams, 4 carries, 16 yards. So having a hard time running the ball. Kyle McCord, I don't know. First game jitters. We'll see. Like I said, Marvin Harrison has left the game with an apparent shoulder injury. He had 2 catches for 18 yards in the first half. So we'll see. What else is going on? I've mainly been watching the Ohio State-Indiana game. Texas is only up, I think, 16-3 over Rice. A bunch of field goals for Texas, having a hard time scoring once they get down in Rice territory. I watched a little bit of that game. JT Daniels, Christ, Jesus. I don't know what's going on with him. He's horrible. He had a couple of interceptions in the first half. It's amazing how far he's fallen in the last few years. What else is going on here? There's the Texas and Rice. I watched some of the first quarter. Quinn Ewers, 14 of 23, 161 yards with a touchdown. They'll pull away. Is Texas looking forward to next week? I don't know. I have no idea. But you would think Texas would be beating Rice. And honestly, with the Texas-Rice game, it's not even so much the score, 16-3. You know, Quinn Ewers, 14 of 23. They're having a hard time running the ball, too. They've got 93 yards running in the first half. At halftime of that one, Texas 16, Rice 3. There was another one on here I was watching earlier. Which one was it? Where did it go? Oh, Notre Dame 35-3 over Tennessee State. Notre Dame playing an FCS team? Wow, that never happens. Wisconsin 14-10 over Buffalo. This is it. This is the one. Somebody explain this to me. Braylon Allen, 8 carries, 38 yards. Okay, 4.5 yards a carry. That's not very good. Braylon Allen's an amazing running back. Why does someone named Ches Malusi have more carries in this game than Braylon Allen? Braylon Allen's one of the best running backs in the country. Tanner Mordecai's played okay, mixed results for him. transfer quarterback to Wisconsin. You know, Wisconsin's completely in the process of overhauling their offense. They brought in Phil Longo, is that his name? Runs an air raid. Now, they're not going to that right away because they have such a great running game, but I don't understand this Braylon Allen, 8 carries, 38 yards, and some other running back you never heard of got more carries than him. Tanner Mordecai, 15 of 20, 125 yards with a touchdown and an interception. Now, as far as Wisconsin quarterbacks goes, those are miraculous numbers. Wisconsin quarterbacks usually scraping the bottom of the barrel there. But Wisconsin, you would think, would be up a little bit bigger than that. I was high on Wisconsin. I still think they can win the Big Ten West, but not looking great right now. Auburn up 31-7 over UMass. That's why I couldn't think of the name. UMass. They're up 31-7 over UMass. Wisconsin 14-10 now over Buffalo. They kicked a field goal. Let's see. Pittsburgh up 28-0 over Wofford. Cincinnati 42-7 over Eastern Kentucky. Mississippi State 17-7 over Southeast Louisiana. Google a picture of Mississippi State's helmets right now for that they're wearing today. Shout out to Mike Leach. Tribute helmets from Mississippi State for Mike Leach today. Some good looking helmets. All right, there's your halftime report. Takeaways really from halftime of these 3:30 games. Ohio State driving the struggle bus, not looking good, looking out of sync offensively. And would you be shocked if I told you Indiana appears to be the more physical team? No, of course you wouldn't be shocked. Almost everybody that plays Ohio State appears to be the more physical team. Give credit where it's due. Like I said, I do think Ohio State's defense has played well. And I know it's Indiana, but sometimes you can just watch a team play and tell whether they're good or not. Ohio State's defense looks pretty good. Indiana's got an interesting strategy, I guess, game plan that they're implementing here, which is they're not really trying to do anything offensively except play keep away. Like, even in the first quarter when Indiana had the ball, they're not snapping the ball ever until there's like 5 seconds left on the play clock. They're just draining that thing. Even on a punt, they lined up for a punt in the beginning of the second quarter. They lined up. There was like 22 seconds on the play clock. They literally just stood there and let the play clock come all the way down to like 4 or 5 seconds before they snapped it. So I get it. They're trying to limit the possessions that Ohio State has offensively. But so first half takeaways here for the 3:30 games. Ohio State clearly not clicking offensively early on. We'll see what happens in the second half. Texas, I thought, would be handling Rice a little better than they are. Again, we'll see what happens with that one in the second half. Oregon, unbelievable. Auburn looks good over UMass. Oh, it's UMass. Yeah, but it's Auburn. It's Auburn. It looked good. So, that's my takeaways. And one other thing, just leave you with this. Stop commenting on my Colorado videos. The worst possible thing you can do to me as a YouTuber is to keep commenting on my Colorado videos. Please stop commenting on my videos. Thank you.